Darkness, heaven sent. Saw you there and I thought, oh my God, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the case may be. We are back and better than ever, and we are going to talk about simplifying some of them algebraic fractions. Yes, we are. If you ever have a blank space and all you need is your mathematics, you know what I'm saying? Your next mistake will not be in the algebra. All right. So here we go. We're going to do some of the algebra. Starting off pretty easy. We're going to simplify these, and we're just going to go over real quick these things to, oops, don't want that, just to make sure you're not making silly errors. So 2x squared over 4x, this is number A, or letter A, I should say, and that is equal to, we'll go in pink here, of course the 2 and the 4 cancel, yes. And anytime I have a fraction, a to the m over a to the n, that is equal to a to the m minus n. Let me do that, okay? So this is going to be equal to 1 x squared minus, or x squared over x, that's really a 1 there, so that's x to the 2 minus 1, and so that's gone, right, over 2, which is equal to, x to the 2 minus 1 is x to the first power, or x over 2. The other way you can think about that real quick is 2x squared over 4x, okay, so that simplifies to 1/2, right, 1, 2, and you don't have to worry about that, and x squared over x is simply x times x, so I have 1xx over 2x, and the x's cancel, and I'm left with 1x over 2, or x over 2. Okay, and then b here, 6xy over 3x cubed. Okay, 6xy over, I'm going to rewrite the x cubed as 3x times x times x. Kapow, we can cancel because that's equal to 1. And I'm left with 6y over 3, I'm sorry, that x is gone, right? 3 times x, or 3x squared. The quicker way to do that is just, okay, 6xy over 3x cubed, okay? So that's going to be, oh, I forgot, look at that. 1, 2, so I didn't simplify that. That's 2y over x squared. So sorry. How silly am I? So that's 2, that's 1, right? So then we have 2, okay, and I have 1x up here and x cubed up here. 1 minus 3 is negative 2, but a negative exponent would be on the top, so I just leave it on the bottom as x squared. Or you can think, okay, 3x is here, 1 cancels, and there's 2 left down here. And then, of course, the y. Now, here is a common mistake, x plus y over x. You cannot cancel these. No, because it's not a product, right? This is a no, can't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. In fact, I'm going to undo everything just so you don't think you can do it, okay? Why is that? Well, what's 5 plus, let's do 6 plus 4 over 2, right? Well, that's equal to 10 over 2, which is equal to 5. Well, what if you did cancel out 6 plus 4 over 2? Let's say you made this a 1 and this a 3, then you get 3 plus 4 over 1 is 7 over 1, which is 7. It's not the same thing. This is no, you cannot do that. All right, so a couple more examples. X plus 3 times x minus 2 over x plus 3. Well, look, the x plus 3's can cancel, and you might be saying, hey, Mr. Becker, there's addition in there. Well, yes, there is, but it has parentheses around it, and it's being multiplied by something else. So this is left, what we're left with is x minus 2 over 4. Same thing over the same thing when being multiplied is equal to 1. What about this one? X plus 3 squared. Well, isn't that the same as 2 times x plus 3? And I'm going to rewrite x plus 3 squared as x plus 3 times x plus 3 all over x plus 3, right? So the x plus 3's, they cancel, and I'm left with 2 times x plus 3. And that's good enough. You might be thinking, well, can I write that as 2x plus 6? Yes, you can. Either answer is acceptable. Factoring, okay? Again, you might be tempted, a common error is just to do that. No, you can't, because there's plus there, and there's not any multiplication going on here. 4a plus 8 over 4. Okay, so that's a no-no. You can't do that. But you can write this, if you look up top with a 4 and an 8, I can write that as 4 times a plus 2. I factor out a 4 over 4. And now since it's 4 times all of that, there's factors involved here. There aren't any factors here with the 4a and the 8, right? So I can cancel that out because 4 over 4 is equal to 1, and I'm left with a plus 2. What about here? I cannot cancel those 3. Those 3's. That's a no-no. So I can think of this as 3 over, and then I can factor out a 3. 3 times a minus 2b, or not to be. That's the question. All right, so these cancel out because it's equal to 1. And here's a common mistake. People say, oh, the 3's are gone, so the answer is just a minus 2b. Well, no, a minus 2b is in the denominator, and what is left up here in the numerator is a 1, okay? Because 3 over 3, this is really equal to 1 over 1 times a minus 2b. That's really what has just happened. And we need to keep this 1, otherwise there's nothing up here in the numerator. We don't need this because 1 times a minus 2b is a minus 2b. And more factoring. These have an a in common, so I would have a times b minus c all over b minus c. Those can cancel because it's now being multiplied, equal to 1. Nothing left. Well, there's a 1 in the denominator, a over 1, which we can simply write as a. Here, what do they have in common? They have a 2x in common. I factor out a 2x, and I have x minus 2 left. 2x times x, 2x squared. 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x, so that's good. And I can factor out a 4 here, so 4 times x minus 2. Awesome. I have a bunch of factors here, this times this times this. So this can cancel out because it is equal to 1. Same thing over the same thing is equal to 1. And I have 2x over 4. And hopefully you're saying, yo, Mr. B, I can simplify this. Well, that is correct. Bam, bam, right? 2 and 4. 1 times x is x, and we're left with x over 2. Okay? Just a couple more examples. Let's see. This equals, I can factor out a 3 times a minus b over b minus a. And you're thinking, hey, that is real close. Well, watch this awesomeness. Isn't this equal to 3 times a minus b over negative 1 times a minus b? Well, let me rewrite it like this. Negative b plus a. Is that correct? You won't have to do this step. It is, because negative 1 times negative b is equivalent to positive b, and negative 1 times positive a is equal to negative a. So I'm going to rewrite it one more time, a minus b over negative 1 times a minus b. All I did here is just switch the order, and then the a minus b's cancel, same thing over the same thing, and I'm left with 3 divided by negative 1, which is negative 3. I'm going to skip that one and just do this last one. Okay? This is the biggie. Can we factor this? Okay? Again, the danger is to cancel out the x squareds, the x's, and the 3, but you can't because there aren't any factors here. We have subtraction going on in between everything. We need parentheses with multiplication to be able to cancel things out. So x squared minus x minus 6, that factors into x minus 3 times x plus 2, because negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, and a negative 3 times x is negative 3x, and x times 2 is 2x. Those combine to give you negative x. You guys know how to factor. Over, this factors into x minus 3 times x minus 1, right? Okay, check it out. A negative 3 times a negative 1 is a positive 3. And then the outside and inside terms combine to give me negative 4. Looky, looky, I got multiplication, same thing over the same thing. Those cancel because the same thing over the same thing is equal to 1. And I'm left with x plus 2 over x minus 1. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's end it with some more T Swift. Are you a Swiftie? I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm liking her music more and more. Over. Got a long list of ex-students. They'll tell you I'm insane. All right, boys and girls, hope you enjoyed it. I am out.